If you think you've seen aesthetic cafes before, trust me, you have not seen Saigon. These are some of the most insane places I have ever been to. And honestly, here in Vietnam, they don't just do coffee. They craft experiences and environments that are gonna make you forget that you're in a city with almost 9 million motorbikes, which is a great little oasis escape anytime you wanna go and enjoy a nice cup of rocket fuel. So in this video, we're gonna be exploring 6 of the most insane cafes that I have ever experienced. And let me tell you, I have traveled from end to end of this absolutely chaotic city. And by the end of this video, I wanna answer this one burning question. Why are cafes in Ho Chi Minh City so damn aesthetic? And make sure you stick around because the #1 cafe on this list is going to blow your mind. I think I spent about an hour running around with my camera. I was like a kid in a candy shop. And before we get into that, the #6 spot, the Wei Mei Cafe. Now this one is super cool. When you first see it, you have this massive speck of decor with these giant teddy bears and gift wrap presents all over the front of the building. Now keep in mind, this was a little bit tough to find. It's not actually on Google Maps, and it took me literally 10 minutes of searching just to finally come across it. I think I had to ask 3 security guards where I was going. But a cool place about the location is it's actually a new development area, and I didn't even feel like I was in Vietnam. It was so clean and pristine, I would actually live there. But let's circle back to the cafe. It is an Instagram haven. You can get some of the coolest photos here. They've got these massive teddy bears. I was here around the holiday season, so they had these huge Christmas trees that you could see. The awesome thing about this cafe is it is a true minimalist haven. They've got a piano inside. The coffee, fairly good. Not a crazy selection of coffees, but with a place like this, you're there for the photos. Let's be honest. At least I was. Next up on this list, we have our #5, which is the Bird's Nest Cafe. Now, this one could have been a little bit higher up on the list, but the reason I put it at #5 is because it's the only one on this list that actually has a fee in order to enter and sit down, which I did not like. I'm gonna be honest with you. Spending 100K just to explore a cafe that you're gonna also spend money on coffee, not my forte. But this place was very, very cool. It's honestly an architectural whimsy with treehouse energy, fusion combined. They have dry ice that's blowing vapors around the pathways. They've got tons of little alleyways that are just fully overgrown with leaves that you can kind of walk through. You've got a bed that you can kind of lie on, swing on, take your photos, a really cool bridge, koi fish in the ponds. Now we went there at about 1 o'clock, so the lighting was a little bit rough, but you can definitely go there more towards sunset. I think you'd get some beautiful photos. And another cool thing about this place is right next door, they have an entire pool bar where you can, of course, go enjoy a swim. Mind you, the coffee at the pool place was about 2 times the price of the coffee at the actual cafe. So keep that in mind. But it was definitely a nice little place to chill, hang out. Maybe you want to catch some sun. When we were there, it was absolutely dead, but they do have events. I think it kind of starts popping more towards the nighttime where people can come enjoy. I think it's like more of a nightlife sort of style. You do need a ticket in order to get into there as well, but they do have a combined ticket for like, I think it was about 200K, which is like what, $10 Canadian, in order for you to actually experience both of these attractions. Great place for photos. Layers of wood, greenery everywhere, playful curves. It's a cafe designed by someone who clearly refused to be boring, and I respect that. So as we move down this list, we're now at #4, the Nam Cafe. Now, this one was actually gonna be an honorable mention until I got there and started exploring. This place was so cool, and it was nice to see a little bit of a contrast between places that kind of go full into the greenery, the forest, the environment, and places that go the other route, which is more minimal. They've got a slight teddy bear obsession, walls of books and vinyls. They've got marble, these beautiful stone stairs, totally different contrast from the other cafes that we've got on this list. And I love that. This one screamed Pinterest. Definitely, if you want a cool spot for photos, this is gonna be the one. Now, the cool thing about this place as well, they had a very large selection of coffee. I had the tiramisu coffee and it was absolutely delicious. Mind you, this was my 4th coffee of the day, So I think my heart was already like blah, 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 blah. That's an irregular heartbeat if you're wondering. But this place was awesome. They had like tanks filled with fish and just tons of people taking photos all over the place. This cafe truly felt like a time capsule curated by an artist. So as we get to our top 3 on this list, I want to just take a little break here and give you an honorable mention. 1, Mellow Bean Cafe. Now I actually visited this on my way to the War Museum. And the reason I wanted to give this an honorable mention isn't necessarily because of the cafe, it's what's right outside the cafe. You can go to this cafe, hang out, have some food, get your egg coffee, fuel up. The food was actually pretty good. They've got like big teddy bears you can kind of have your coffee with, a tree in the middle. But their main attraction for me was actually outside, where the road's got this massive roundabout, and in the middle of this roundabout is a whole area that you can go take photos at. You can walk around on these paths throughout this little like water area, copper vibes, stone vibes. Super cool little area for you to go take photos at. Would definitely recommend this one just to kind of experience a little bit of the chaos of the city from the center focal point of this roundabout. And the next honorable mention on this list, a little bit obscure, but it is any cafe that is near you. This city has hundreds of cafes. There are so many beautiful little cafes on every single corner. You really could go to a new cafe every hour and probably still not finish them after a year. So wherever you decide to base your location, whether you're District 1, District 3, District 2, make sure that you go on Google Maps, search for some cafes in your area, just go check them out, explore a little bit, because you will be pleasantly surprised at what you will find right there in your backyard. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have King Koi Cafe. This was so cool. You've got koi fish everywhere. It's honestly a Japanese-inspired oasis. Massive koi ponds, stepping stones over water, reflections for days. This spot is truly a cinematographer's playground. Not quite as much as number 1, but we're getting there. It's peaceful, it's immersive, and it's just stupidly aesthetic. Would definitely 100% give this one a check. Have a coffee here, enjoy the fish. You could probably sit there for like 20 minutes just watching the fish go bloop, 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 all over the place. And that's exactly what I did. So the next one we have is the number 2 spot. And the reason this one is number 2 isn't because it is one of the most beautiful cafes I have ever seen. It's because it is a little bit outside of the city. It takes about a half an hour to get here. I'm gonna just throw it on the screen because I am not even gonna try and pronounce this name. You're gonna have to punch that into Google yourself. But this place was a whole environment ecosystem in its own. An absolute picture perfect date night spot if you're there with your significant other. This one is something you're gonna wanna see. It's warm, it's rustic, and it's deeply Vietnamese with wood tones, handcrafted textures, countryside home energy, and honestly, the traditions that have really taken on like a modern aesthetic. And I loved it. They had the smoke machines, they had dancers if you go at a certain time of day, the coffee was good, and honestly, this one was very tough because it was competing so hard with our number 1 spot. But like I said, it's a little bit out of the way. So that's why I'm putting it here at number 2. But it truly feels like you are stepping into a storybook. And the moment you've all been waiting for, our number 1 cafe on this list. Wow, this place was cool. It is the Oasis Cafe. This place was so cool. I was here for like an hour running around with my camera. There was so much to look at, so much to see. It was like they took a building and just overgrew it with foliage. There were multiple levels, bridges that took you to random outposts that you can sit down and have your coffee. And on top of all of that, the coffee and the food was actually relatively well priced. We got about 2 appetizers and 2 coffees, and it only came to about 250K, which is very good. They've got koi fish, stepping stones, this beautiful monument in the middle, and there's just so much to look at. I didn't even know where to start. I was running all over the place. I was truly a kid in a candy shop. But keep in mind, it is a little bit tough to get a seat here in the bottom bowl where they have those kind of cutouts where you're next to the ponds. We were able to get a seat very easily up top, but if you want something down there, I would recommend trying to call ahead and book an actual reservation if you've got like a rather large party, because getting a spot here is a little bit competitive. So keep that in mind. But this place was absolutely beautiful, the truly final boss of the aesthetic cafes. And walking around really felt like you were teleported out of Saigon's crazy chaotic streets and into this beautiful tropical retreat. So 100% definitely check this place out. Now that we've come to the end of our list, I want to answer this question. Why are Vietnamese cafes so aesthetic? And I think it's not just because it's somewhere to drink coffee. It's a true escape from the chaos, a creative studio, a micro vacation, a date spot, a hangout, a workspace, all kind of rolled into one. And here in Vietnam, they really take their coffee seriously. And not to mention the competitive nature of all these beautiful cafes trying to get that #1 spot on your Instagram feed. These cafes truly blend greenery, texture, nature, design, architecture, and most importantly, atmosphere into something absolutely amazing. To create spaces that feel like tiny worlds, every detail is intentional, every corner is curated. Every cafe has a story, a vibe, and a personality, and I thought that was so cool. And that's why cafes in Vietnam look so damn good. They are built to make you feel something. But if you made it this far, please hit that like button. It helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm, and it gives me that motivational pump to keep creating these amazing videos for you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I will catch you in the next Lost Era.